You're watching Shalom World News. I'm Rudy McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. Although Catholics make up just 16% of the population in Scotland, they're often targets of hate crimes. In the latest incident, a man tried to attack a Catholic priest while he was praying alone in St Mary's Cathedral in Edinburgh. The Archdiocese of St Andrews and Edinburgh said on Tuesday, July the 27th, that a man wielding a glass bottle attacked a priest the previous morning while he was praying in the pew. Luckily, the priest suffered no injuries and managed to escape before the assailant ran away. A government report had found that Catholicism was the religion that was most often the subject of abuse, with 319 charges out of a total of 642 in 2017 to 2018. Yet another report on hate crime has revealed that there were 660 charges in 2019 to 2020, which is 24% higher than the previous year. As many as 57 migrants from Africa are feared dead after the boat they were travelling in capsized in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Libya on Monday, July the 26th. The vessel was carrying more than 75 migrants from Nigeria, Ghana and the Gambia, and they were bound for Europe. Spokesperson of International Organization for Migration, Safa Maseli, said 18 migrants have been rescued. The boat left the western coastal town of Coums in Libya on Sunday. According to the organisation, at least 20 women and 2 children were among those who drowned. Recently, migration from African countries to Europe through Libya has increased significantly. As per reports, almost 15,000 refugees, asylum seekers and migrants who tried to reach Europe have been intercepted by the Libyan Coast Guard in the first half of this year alone. Believers in the Archdiocese of Melbourne in Australia are in a celebratory mood, as 2 new auxiliary bishops will be consecrated this weekend. Although Pope Francis had announced the appointment of Father Martin Ashe and Monsignor Anthony John Ireland as auxiliary bishops earlier this year, their consecration was delayed because of the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions and the closure of churches. The episcopal ordination will take place on Saturday, July the 31st at St Patrick's Cathedral at 10:30 a.m. local time. The chief consecrator will be Archbishop Peter Comensoli, who has encouraged the faithful to pray for the bishops-elect. Bishop Ashe will become the episcopal vicar of the western region of the Archdiocese, while Bishop Ireland will take up his appointment as episcopal vicar of the southern region. Ahead of Pope Francis's apostolic visit to Slovakia, the Pontifical Missionary Works of Slovakia has invited the faithful for a prayer marathon from August the 7th to September the 15th. The Holy Father will visit Slovakia from the 12th to the 15th of September. Catholic prelates have urged believers to recite the Rosary daily in church or at home and offer it for the Pope and for Slovakia. The bishops also encourage the faithful to imitate the example of the Blessed Virgin and St Joseph, so that they will be guided to follow Jesus and learn to recognise traces of his presence in their lives. Auxiliary Bishop of Bratislava, Josef Halko, head of spiritual preparation for the apostolic visit, said that believers should pray for the Holy Father, so that his words may fall on fertile ground and bear fruit. In the US state of Colorado, the Catholic bishops have urged congressional representatives to express support for the Hyde Amendment and the Weldon Amendment. While the Hyde Amendment prevents taxpayer money from being used to fund abortions in most cases except rape and incest, the Weldon Amendment prohibits federal programs, states and agencies from discriminating against healthcare practitioners and institutions that do not offer abortion services. Recently, the House Appropriations, Labour and Health and Human Services Subcommittee had passed a spending bill that removes protections for preborn children, healthcare providers and taxpayers by not including pro-life provisions. The prelates of Colorado also urge believers to sign the petition of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, urging lawmakers to protect the Hyde Amendment and to pressure their congressmen to support both amendments. The Catholic lay organisation, the Knights of Columbus, will host its 139th Supreme Convention in New Haven, Connecticut, in the United States on August the 3rd and 4th. The Knights of Columbus is a global organisation that empowers Catholic men to live their faith at home, in the parish, and at work. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Supreme Convention will be held virtually for the 2nd year in a row. It will open with Holy Mass at St Mary's Church in New Haven at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the annual report of Supreme Knight Patrick Kelly. Having more than 1.9 million Knights around the world, the organisation conducts a whole range of activities to lend a helping hand to the poor, the disabled and the sick. Catholic bishops of Ireland have strongly opposed the decision of the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland to allow abortion services in the province. In a statement, the Irish bishops led by the Primate of Ireland, Archbishop Eamon Martin, said that Westminster has unilaterally imposed an unjust law. The bishop said Christians and people of goodwill can never be silent when it comes to efforts to ignore the fact that unborn babies are human beings who need protection. Christians and all people of goodwill can never stand silently and fail to raise their voices at any attempt to ignore completely the fact that unborn children are human beings worthy of protection. They also exhorted everyone who believes in the equal right to life to ask local candidates and political parties to explain their stand on this issue ahead of the election to the Assembly. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.